Hi! Today I am going to show you all of my books. Here we go. So first of all, let me show you where all the books are. This is where the majority of my books are, and then we have some over here, and then there are some up there, but we are going to start over here. So the books at the top are the ones that I want to read in 2012. I haven't read most of these, so let's take a look at those first. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which is kind of disappointing so far, more Jane Austen, and I bought this one in London, haven't read it yet, had this one for a while to read this for class. I got this one in LA, Dracula. This is a really beautiful version, I've had it for a while but still haven't read it. Extras, last one, the Uglies series, Brissinger, which I haven't read yet, White Noise, and oh, this one is very beautiful. Eldest, I have read Eldest before, but in order to read Brissinger I need to reread Eldest. 1984, this is a Dutch book, one of my favorite childhood books. Shades of Grey. Levi is constantly telling me that I need to read this, so I'll do that soon. I have two flip backs over here. I have Persuasion and Cloud Atlas. The Canterbury Tales, a retelling. I finally got it and I'm very excited to read it. Rebel Angels. And, oh, The Fountainhead, which Marion is making me read. This one, I've read small parts of it. An Utterly Impartial History of Britain, or 2,000 Years of Upper Class Idiots in Charge. It's kind of a, funny overview of British history, I guess. One of you recommended this to me. How to Live Safely in a Science Fictional Universe about time travel. The Giver. A Great and Terrible Beauty. The Child's Book. Yeah, I got this one in LA too. Oh my gosh, Game of Thrones. Very excited to read that. A Million Little Pieces. Great Gatsby. I hate this version of Great Gatsby. I really want to buy a different one. I might gift this away and then buy a different version myself. Two Steinbeck Books. Perks of Being a Wallflower, Slaughterhouse-Five, Series of Unfortunate Events, which I am borrowing from a friend, and then two of the Great, what is it called, Great Ideas books. This is a self-published book that I got sent to review. I'm about 100 pages into it, I think. A Million Suns, House of Leaves, Across the Universe, Atonement, the movie version, House on the Borderland, The Air Affair, The Book of Disquiet. Oh, I love this version of A Picture of Dorian Gray. Planet of the Apes, the 3D version. Meanwhile by H.G. Wells, which is a beautiful copy. Lost in a Good Book, Into the Wild, and Never Let Me Go. And these are the books that I have read, but that I still need to review. And an overview of the paintings at the Orsay Museum. I don't know why they didn't just call it d'Orsay, but whatever. The Orsay Museum. So this is the second row, and these are mostly books that I had to buy for lit classes, but there are a lot of them that I haven't finished yet, but I'll definitely read them at some point. These are the books that I'm currently reading: Fahrenheit 451 and Sherlock Holmes. Let's see, there's some Tennyson, Short Residence in Sweden, which I have read, Ivanhoe, St. John, A Sentimental Journey. I wrote an essay on that one. Not a very big fan. Alice in Wonderland, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, Mill on the Floss, History of Tom Jones, which I haven't read, The Monk, Metamorphoses, A Room with a View, The Way of All Flesh, and Veronica, Israel Potter, and Kips by H.G. Wells. Then this one over here, Alice in Sunderland, which is a graphic novel. It looks absolutely beautiful, but I'm about 40 pages into that. The Fault in Our Stars. I really like these vintage editions. That's what they're called. Midnight's Children. Let's see. To Kill a Mockingbird, Frankenstein, Oliver Twist. These are all very, very pretty. Then the Oxford Classics, The Last Man, Romeo and Juliet, The Tempest, Nostromo, The Secret Agent, 'Tis Pity She's a Whore, I wrote an essay on that one. Byron's major works, Melmoth the Wanderer, Connecticut Yankee, and King Arthur's Court and the Marble Fawn. And then here is my Norton Anthology of British Literature, which just is like a big collection of poetry, and like I had to buy this for all of my lit classes. Okay, now we are going to look at these books. Okay, Darren Shan, absolute favorite. The True Blood series, or Sookie Stackhouse series, the Ugliest series, all my John Green books, and right in between we have some Hemingway and the Tree of Codes. This is my favorite childhood book, Crusade in Jeans, my Chaucer, and Ruta Sepetys, Shades of Grey, but then in Dutch, and my two Chicago, Los Angeles tourist books. And then here we have this ginormous Shakespeare that I got for my birthday. It's really beautiful, but I haven't read anything of that yet. The Book of Virtues, which is a hilarious book that I found a couple of years ago. I haven't read that yet. Then these are the Gary Paulsen, I think the first one is called Hatchet in English. I really love it. One of my favorite childhood books. Lord of the Rings and Dawn Among the Dead Men, which I bought in London, haven't read yet. Some graphic novels here. And a J. Scribble. Ooh. Some older books. My Tennyson collection, which I really like, of Mice and Men. The Gargoyle, which looks really cool because it's black. Oh, and it has some water damage, but I really, really like that one. Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Harry History, Zuleika Dobson, a Dutch book I got off a flea market, and the Da Vinci Code in Dutch. This really awesome book about the presidents of the United States. Okay, we're going to the next one, where I have a teapot. Mockingjay and Catching Fire. I have lost my copy of The Hunger Games, but I might get it for my birthday. Barack Obama had to read that for when I went to study in Chicago. Time Starter's Wife, which I love. Saturday, The Road, Tithe. I did not like Tithe. Stephen King. These small ones, which were gifts, A Flower Fairy's Treasury, Eat, Shoots, and Leaves, Zombie Survival Guide, and then the Green Penguin versions. This one is a Fairy Tales. The Falling Man, Beetle the Bard, some other gifts in these boxes. 13 Reasons Why. This was a self-published book from like a friend of one of my cousins. Life of Pi, which I really enjoyed. Life as We Knew It. Stardust, a book that I bought in Scotland about myths and legends. The Language of Flowers, which I reviewed earlier, and then 2 Shakespeare. I have The Taming of the Shrew and Macbeth, and then some of my favorite books, Wuthering Heights, and Jane Eyre, which I wrote an essay on. Oh, surprise. Okay, next one. This is a picture that was taken at Disneyland Paris when I went there with my friends after our final high school exam. Mythology for Dummies. Avalon High, which I wrote my thesis on. Here are some older books. Those are all from flea markets. And let's see what we have. On Solitude, which I reviewed. The Scorched Trials, Maze Runner. Scott Pilgrim. The White Peacock, which is one of these pretty orange penguin versions. I kind of organize my books by color, not always, but the orange always looks ugly. But now I have several orange books, so I guess I solved that problem. Heatwave, which is based on it's just like castle fanfic, I guess. Stormbreaker by Anthony Horowitz, which I really like. First Men in the Moon, Disgrace, Girl with a Pearl Earring in Dutch, Winter Girls by Laura Hulse Anderson, Aragon, and then Bran Hambrick and the Farfield Curse, which is signed. And then we go to the Shelf of Shame, not really though. Stonehenge, I took this picture a while ago. Here's all the Twilight stuff. And all the Artemis Fowl, I don't know how to pronounce that. These are all in Dutch because I bought these when I was about 12 or something. I have a Lost book, which I got as a present, and a crime scene investigation book, and this Photoshop book, which I guess it's kind of useful, but the tutorials are just weird. So this is the last shelf, which is, this is a Christmas prom picture of when I was 15. Let's get that out of here. Here are all my dictionaries. Dutch, English, English, Dutch, and then this is a picture dictionary, which is really pretty. I need that for my translation classes. Let's see what we have here. Masks of Differences, The Tamer Tamed. I had to get these for my Shakespeare's Sister literature class. I have the Bible, and what else do we have? The Phantom Ship, which I liked. Song of the Sparrow, Oh Pioneers, I had to read this in America. Crusade in Jeans in English. Very interesting, translate from Dutch. Vampire Academy and the Linger, I don't know what the other ones are called in English. These are in Dutch. I got these from a Dutch publishing company, and then there's some other books in Dutch that I haven't read yet. And these are all my college books, MLA handbook, and a thesaurus and stuff like that. So that was it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this bookshelf tour, and I will see you guys later. Bye! Hello, me cool.